Hi everyone, my name is Angela Marpao, and today I'll be explaining about form actions in RASA and how it works. We built a restaurant search assistant that will help us to find us a restaurant that is based on our preference. So first we'll have to clone and we'll have to wait until the cloning process is done. Okay, so while waiting for the cloning process to finish. So here we'll be building an assistant that will collect the user informations using a slot filling in order to fulfill the user needs. So it will have to find the preference of the user. It will collect all the information needed first, and then later it will find the best restaurant that suits their need. Okay, so here I'll train my NLU data and it has done training. And these are our NLU data. We can see these are the user intents, that is to greet or to request for a restaurant. So these are the entities. So this tells like this one, can I get Swedish? This tells the cuisine, Caribbean or Chinese, and also there are other entities here like sitting here. So the user wants to sit outside. This tells the sitting, the entities of sitting indoor, and also the feedback. It was terrible, it is great. Okay, we can see the entities here. So the NLU data here will tell the user entities. We are trying to extract the information from the user message as the entities here. Okay, so after training our NLU model, it's best for us to create a dialogue management. So these are the process of telling the stories. So first, there's happy path. So happy path is the process where the user tells all the required information in an initial message like this. The users is requesting a restaurant and they fulfill all the required details about the restaurant. This is the happy path. So the assistant will no longer ask other information or other details as all the details are fulfilled. And also the assistant is the one who brings the conversation. That is a happy path. So there are other paths like this unhappy path, for example. So here, the restaurant form is called. So maybe the user gave some informations, but they're still not complete. So there are some missing informations, and then the user tried to chit chat, and then the restaurant form is still called there because there are some information that is not completed, that is not known until all the information are complete, and then the form will be closed. That is not a happy path. Okay, so after defining the dialogue or the stories, we'll move to the domain. This is the place where the extracted informations we get from the user message is then decided here whether we want to save it in the bot's memory or we can say slots or not. And also, if there are still some missing informations that we needed to ask the user, the slots missing information, we can use this format. So author and then ask and then the slot's name. And also we can define other responses here. And then here we must define all the forms. So all the form actions we defined before in the actions.python file, we have to write the form name here. Okay, so the next step is actually to define the action form. So here we create a form action that is restaurant form. So the function that is required to create a simple form action is first the name. This tells the name of the form and required slots. So what are the list of required slots that the form has to fill? Actually, we can put also some logic here, like for example, with for example, if different cuisine have different required slots, so we can add different condition here, or we can put a logic here. And also the other function that is a must is submit. So this define what the form has to do after all the required slots are filled. So here it will utter a message, a template after submit that is defined in the domain file, that is to output all the user preference. So there's also other function that is slot mapping. This is dictionary to map the required slots to the extracted entity. For example, if the chatbot asks the user whether they want to sit inside, if the user intent is to affirm, and then we can set the sitting, the slot sit outdoor sitting value to be true, and else it will be false. So this will help us understand the user message that they send. Maybe the user send message that does not tells explicitly whether they want to sit inside or outside. So we can handle this using slot mappings. Okay, so these are some explanations about form actions and how it works. We can try to test and run our form actions on our local server by using RASA run actions. And also we can test our models or our assistants at how it works. And we can test for ourselves whether it works great for every path, every story is defined. So thank you for listening and thank you for watching.